They shine on screen, look flawless, and seem to live perfect, envy-worthy lives, but behind the cameras, away from the red carpets and smiling interviews, some of the biggest Korean actors are fighting silent, painful, and sometimes life-threatening diseases that have changed their lives forever and could one day force them to walk away from K-dramas completely, starting with Kim Bum, an actor whose charming smile hides a daily battle with a condition that slowly eats away at his body, because in 2019, after a severe car accident, his life took a sharp and irreversible turn, as the impact didn't just leave temporary injuries but triggered long-term internal damage that quietly progressed while the public knew nothing, until doctors diagnosed him with degenerative arthritis, a chronic, irreversible disease usually associated with old age, not young actors in their prime, meaning his joints would continue to weaken, mobility would decrease, and pain would only intensify with time. Yet, instead of stopping, Kim Bum made a drastic decision in the name of acting, losing more than 11 kilograms in a short period for a role, a choice that severely weakened his muscles, damaged joint support, and accelerated the disease, turning simple movements into painful tasks. And while fans saw him attending events with controlled smiles and calm expressions, behind the scenes he was enduring constant pain, regular physical therapy, medication, and carefully planned shooting schedules just to function, eventually confirming publicly that his condition required continuous medical supervision and had no cure, only management, meaning every role he accepts now comes with a silent question mark about how long his body can keep up before it forces him to stop. Kim Soo-hyun, often seen as the perfect symbol of talent, beauty, and success in the Korean industry, carries a danger inside his chest that audiences would never imagine, because since his early teenage years, he has lived with a serious heart condition known as supraventricular tachycardia, a form of cardiac arrhythmia that causes sudden irregular heartbeats, dizziness, suffocation, fainting, and in extreme cases, cardiac arrest, symptoms that first appeared when he was just 13 years old, forcing doctors to warn him about the risks of intense physical activity and stress, a terrifying diagnosis for someone dreaming of a demanding acting career. Yet Kim Soo-hyun chose to move forward anyway, carefully hiding the condition from the public while adapting workouts, action scenes, and long filming schedules, always knowing that one uncontrolled moment could put his life at risk, eventually undergoing surgery to reduce the danger, a procedure that helped but did not eliminate the condition, meaning strict medical monitoring, medication, and lifestyle control are still required today, and in an industry known for sleepless nights, emotional pressure, and physical exhaustion, his heart condition remains a permanent shadow over every project he takes on. Jung Il-woo's life changed in an instant when a violent car accident nearly ended everything before his career truly began, as the crash caused broken bones, internal head injuries, and a critical recovery period that alone could have destroyed his future. But the real nightmare surfaced during medical examinations when doctors discovered he had a cerebral aneurysm, an abnormal swelling in a brain blood vessel that could rupture at any moment without warning, causing stroke, coma, or instant death, turning his daily life into a constant psychological battle, where every headache, every dizzy moment, and every feeling of weakness carried the terrifying question of whether this would be the end, forcing him to live under extreme stress and anxiety. Yet despite the fear, Jung Il-woo chose not to abandon acting, returning slowly under strict medical supervision, changing his lifestyle completely, reducing stress, and carefully monitoring his health, while openly admitting later that facing death so young permanently changed how he views life, success, and fame, knowing that his career could be halted instantly if his condition worsens. Yoo-in is known for his intense performances, emotional depth, and physical commitment to roles, but few knew that behind this intensity was a silent fight with a rare bone tumor, a chronic condition that developed slowly over time, initially without clear symptoms, until constant pain and movement limitations made it impossible to ignore, interfering directly with his ability to work. And although the tumor was benign, its location made it extremely dangerous, requiring strict medical restrictions and constant monitoring, a seriousness confirmed when he was exempted from South Korea's mandatory military service, something granted only in severe cases. Yet Yoo-in chose silence, continuing to take physically demanding roles, hiding pain from the public, enduring frequent breaks, medical appointments, and limitations that pushed his body beyond its capacity, leaving his future uncertain as the condition has no clear guarantee of improvement. Gu Hae-sun was long seen as a tireless creative force, acting, directing, writing, painting, and composing as if she had endless energy, until reality struck during the filming of You Are Too Much, when she suddenly collapsed on set and was rushed to the hospital, where doctors diagnosed her with anaphylactic shock, one of the most severe allergic reactions possible, capable of causing death within minutes if untreated, revealing that she had been dealing with worsening allergies for years. Until her body finally gave up, forcing the production to remove her mid-drama, an extremely rare and serious decision in the Korean industry, and pushing her into an indefinite hiatus, where strict lifestyle changes, constant monitoring, and fear of triggers became part of her daily life, as even makeup, food, or stress could cause another potentially fatal reaction, making any full return to acting a constant risk. Moon Gun-young, once known as the nation's little sister, symbolized youth and innocence until she suddenly vanished from the spotlight after being diagnosed with compartment syndrome, a rare and extremely painful condition caused by increased pressure within muscles that blocks blood flow, risking muscle death and permanent disability, forcing her to undergo multiple emergency surgeries to save her limbs, followed by a long and emotionally devastating recovery marked by pain, visible scars, body changes, and deep psychological trauma, as she struggled with self-esteem, public judgment, and fear of never fully recovering, eventually returning slowly but permanently changed, with real physical limitations that still affect her career. And long before today's K-drama stars, Yoonghwa proved what true resilience looks like when she was diagnosed with thyroid cancer in 2010, undergoing surgery that removed the tumor but damaged the nerve controlling her vocal cords, leaving her completely voiceless for months, forcing her into years of silence, intense therapy, and emotional struggle, as an artist whose voice defined her identity, returning years later with a changed voice and permanent limitations, showing that survival sometimes comes at the cost of never being the same again, proving that fame does not protect anyone from illness, and that behind every polished image is a human body with limits. So if this video changed the way you see your favorite Korean stars, make sure to like, subscribe, and share for more powerful stories hidden behind the spotlight.